Hello everyone and welcome to Cinderful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the Grey. Today, we're back because we have got more Sylvaneth Warscrolls from the upcoming Sylvaneth and Skaven Dual Box, which is probably due to arrive in a couple of weeks on pre-order. I wouldn't be surprised to see it on pre-order. Not next weekend, but get the announcement for it next Sunday like we normally do on the Sundays from Warhammer Community. We've obviously got Nighthaunt and Daughters of Cain coming on pre-order. I wouldn't be surprised to see the Battle Force box, not necessarily the Battle Tomes alongside, but the Battle Force box for the Sylvaneth and the Skaven coming out the week after this one. And so we've got a couple more of the Warscrolls. First of all, we have the Lady of the Vines, the brand new named character for the Sylvaneth. I say brand new, but she is not technically a new character, she's just got rules finally. And then we've got the Spirit of Durthu rules, which I am super excited for because I love me a good Spirit of Durthu. So with that, we're going to check out these two Warscrolls, chat a little bit about them, talk about some things that I think are really interesting about the Warscrolls that might be something to look out for a whole Sylvaneth army. And with that all said, let's get cracking on and let's go chat about these Warscrolls. And so here we have the Lady of the Vines. This is the first out of the two Warscrolls we're going to be looking at today. So first of all, she is pretty much around that level of hero they were sort of talking about. They did talk about her on the Warhammer Community, Warhammer TV stream and reveals, talking her be about, somewhere around Drych's sort of level. So move 8, save 3 up, 10 wounds and 10 bravery is all really nice. Quite interesting from the Lady of the Vines. For those who don't know who she is, in the early editions of Warhammer Age of Sigmar, in the original story, when they were trying to find Alariel in the Realm of Life, the Lady of Vines was the branch wraith that went alongside Loris Grimm, which is the Lord Castellant from Garda Steelsoul's Warrior Chamber. They were trying to find Alariel and they were being chased by Torglug the Despised, and then the Lady of Vines effectively gave up her life for Alariel to be rebirthed and reawakened into the mortal realms. And so we've all, as they said in the reveal stream, from all the new life magic surging everywhere thanks to Alariel, the Lady of Vines has been reincarnated. And so we look at her attack. She's got a 1-inch range, 2s and 2s, Ren 1 damage D6 range attack. Nothing great, but 2s and 2s makes it reliable to get through. Ren 1 and damage D6, use it against the right sort of things. Kernathiel's Wrath is a range 3 attacks, 3s, Ren 1 damage D3. Then she got a Lashing Vines for 4 attacks, 3s, Ren 1 damage 2. Once again, I like seeing damage D3 on stuff. I don't mind this. This is, she's got a damage 2 and then she's got a damage D3. This is cool. Means there is a little bit of randomness in her. I like rolling dice in a rolling game. And so she is a War Master. If this unit is included in the Sylvaneth army, it's treated as a general, even if the model is not picked to be your army's general, because she's effectively Alariel's right-hand lady. She's a 2-cast and unbind wizard, which is pretty cool. And she's got the Verdian Crown. Now, units wholly within 6 inch of this unit are treated as being wholly within 6 inch of an Awakened Wildwood. That's pretty cool. We haven't seen anything on what Awakened Wildwoods are currently going to do. But that's a really, really cool rule, I think, to potentially get added to her. We then have Writhing Vines, where at the start of the combat phase, if this unit's within 3 inch of enemy units, you can sail or either create a protected barrier or ensnare. If it creates a protected barrier, opponent's -1 to hit you, and if you ensnare, you are +1 to hit with this model. So some nice, cool abilities. Rounds to Wrath, once per game, you can, on a 2+, summon a unit of 10 Dryads. The summoned unit must be 9 inch from all enemy units and hold within 9 inch of an overgrown terrain feature or Awakened Wildwood. Now, we'll talk about that in a sec. There's something really interesting here, but we might talk about that on the next Warscroll. Overgrown terrain feature or Awakened Wildwood is really interesting. She's then got a cool spell, which is effectively a 5-up ward save for everyone wholly within 12 inch of her. Really, really cool. She's got a lot of utility. She's really cool for her points. I don't mind her at all. Only 200 and something points if I remember correctly. So she's certainly worth every one of those points. I really, really rate her as a character. she's, yeah, got a lot of utility. She's got good defensive, some offensive stuff, some nice buffs there with the Verdian Crown, the aspect of the Everqueen's a really cool spell. Just all in all, a really, really great piece to have for a Sylvaneth army. She looks like she might be like one of those pieces just add into every Sylvaneth army with the rules she's got. And so then we have the Spirit of Durthu. So let's have a chat about him because he has changed slightly in all his profiles and stats. He's a really cool model. One of my favorite Sylvaneth models. I really do like the Spirit of Durthu. I use him a lot in my Living Cities army. So be really, really cool to be able to get some more use out of the Spirit of Durthu. And so let's have a look how he's changed. First of all, he's gone up to 14 wounds. So he's got an extra 2 wounds on his profile now. His bravery, move, and save all stay the same. Verdant Blast, his ranged attack, has still 15-inch range, and it still has a maximum of 6 attacks. 4s and 3s, Ren 1, but it is now damage 2 instead of damage D3. I still like having damage D3 better. I just like damage D3 better. I like the rolling part of the game. Moving on, we then look at his melee weapons. So the Guardian Sword is still there, 3-inch range still, which is nice. 3 attacks, 3s and 3s. Ren 2, damage 6 still on the big profile. He now degrades a lot less, so it takes 6 wounds now to put him down to D6 instead of the 3 it used to before, or 7 wounds, sorry, to put him down to D6 rather than the 3 it did before. And then to get him down to D3, you'll need to have 9 or more wounds on him. So he does degrade 1 step earlier at that level. Normally he would be 8 to 9 would be D6 on his old profile. Now it is 9 to 10, and then 11 plus he has damage 1, where he always had damage D3 as a minimum before. We look at his massive impaling talon going on the 2 to 5 actually is slightly worse. It never wounded on worse than a 4 plus before. But 2 attacks now on standard on the massive impaling talon on 2s to hit now, which will be 2s to wound. Ren 2, damage 3 flat. So no longer trying to do 1 damage or D6 mortals. It's now just a flat 3 damage. I wouldn't mind if that was like still D6. That'd be cool. Now he's got Ground Shaker, which is you can carry out this monstrous rampage with the unit instead of any other monstrous rampage you can pick. If you do so, you pick an enemy unit within 3 inches of this unit and roll a dice. On a 3 plus, the strike last effect applies to the enemy unit in that phase. Now, this is obviously a typo here because it does say in that phase. I would say in the following combat phase is probably what it should say. I would always assume that just because otherwise it's minor, strike last in the charge phase, which really doesn't make much sense. Spirit Pass is at the start of the movement phase if this unit is wholly within 6 inches of an overgrown terrain feature or awakened wildwood. In your army, it can walk through the Spirit Pass and effectively teleport around the battlefield. And then we go, add 1 to the attacks characteristic of your Guardian Sword while the unit's within 9 inches of overgrown terrain features or awakened wildwood. So straight away here, we saw that overgrown terrain or awakened wildwood come in. For me, what this might be saying, I think, is we might be only needing a single Sylvaneth Wildwood to start as your actual faction terrain piece, and then you turn other pieces of terrain on the battlefield into overgrown terrain pieces, which I think is the preferable way to do it. 1 forest, and then you turn other pieces into overgrown, and they count as your forest for you. I think this is the way it's going to work for Sylvaneth. I'd be interested to see what other people think, if they think this is sort of the way they think it's going to work. For me, this is great. It definitely lowers the cost of entry for what is a really nice looking army. And gets rid of like one of the most annoying things about trying to collect a Sylvaneth force. But with all that, that is the 2 new Warscrolls we've seen for the Sylvaneth. Let us know down in the comments below what you think of these Warscrolls. What do you think of the Sylvaneth in the box set? Love to hear from everyone. And so that is the end of the video. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And also drop a comment down below and let us know what you enjoyed about the video. If you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our little community here at Sinful Gaming, you can do so by following the link in the video's description to our Discord server. And if you'd like to help support the channel in another way, you can do so either by Patreon or YouTube members, or going to our Ko-fi store and purchasing some dice or some other merch we've got on there, all of which are linked down in the description of the video as well. Lastly, as a special thank you to our Patreons and YouTube members, we'd like to give them all a shout out. So, a shout out to our Patreons, Christian Weir, James Soren, Greenskins Gaming, AJC, Kenny Lowell, Outer and Shop First, Andrew Bowen, Nathan Fee, The Rising Ape, Q Dynamic, Agu, Anthony B, Anton Nilsson, JJ Austrian, Average Wargamer, Domir, Mark Harvey, James Cater, Dynet226 and Derek. And a special shout out as well to our YouTube members, Green Roots Gaming, Kenton Young, Chris Wallace, Ronya, Vinny, Lockloric, the Johnny84, David Ellsworth, Revenar, Wolfric Nick, Broken Chef, Ariana Edwards, Sean Scott, Pink Nico Fire, and Robin Mankiller. Lastly, a special thanks to Lady Wixfox Art, who does all the amazing artwork for the channel, and to Xmorphic, who does amazing work and has helped us greatly in getting the Discord server set up. Thank you all for watching once again, everyone. Don't forget to like and subscribe once again. Stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the Grey. Ciao for now.